Hey, welcome. Hope you're having a great evening. This is a great chance for you to learn how to journey. Some have called it astral projection, astral travel. I've helped a few thousand learn how to do this. Just to give you a background, I created a group when I lived in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and it was called True Intuitives. There were a number of people who came, and it was once a week, and we met for about an hour and a half each time. And it was about using powerful things like techniques like astral projection, shape shifting, learning how to harness telepathy, and yes, even telekinetic capabilities. If you get a chance, I want to recommend a movie for you. It's called Phenomenon. John Travolta stars in it. It's about the upper limits of intelligence and what you're capable of. Okay? So each time you watch this video and you learn, we're going to create about a 35-40 minute journey tonight. Safe, following all the caveats and safeties that are required for me as a kind of shaman of sorts. I'm the Chi Mind Master, Rob Hoyt. Okay? Well, let me walk you through some of the basic rules of astral projection. And they're pretty fundamental. The first is important. In fact, it's critical. It's crucial. And they call it the golden thread in the Chinese practice of this. And the golden thread is a way for you to tag your body. Why do you tag your body? Well, you tag your body so that you can have an out-of-body experience and find your way back when you're done. It's a critical, pardon me, a critical part of this technology. In fact, you're going to learn how to have an OBE without having an NDE. OBE stands for an out-of-body experience, where you actually leave, you journey, you can go visit people if you want, provided they give you permission, provided it's safe and it's okay with them. You want to let people know, for example, that you want to astral project and visit, that you're going to be learning this technology, and make sure you have their implicit and explicit permission. Okay? You don't want to visit people who didn't invite you. You could happen upon some circumstances that, in fact, can be embarrassing for them and for you. All right? So I'm talking to you about tagging your body is rule number one. I'll be doing that and helping you understand that process. You could be learning to astral project just so that you can go out into the future or go out into outer space and go to other galaxies, etc. This brings us to rule number 2, or B. Okay? Identify your intention. Why are you astral projecting? Now, you could just be doing it out of curiosity, and that's okay. You could be doing it to move the upper limits of your intelligence, and that's okay too. It's being used by shaman. It's been used by healers of old. Astral journeying or astral travel. All right? So that's one. One is obviously tag your body. 2, or B, is identify your intention. All right? C is a crucial thing that helps you to optimize your astral projection time. There are 2 types of time: psychological time and digital time. Digital time just doesn't vary. The 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 52 weeks in a year, etc. You get the point. That's not something we're working with here. We're working with what's called psychological time. And I'm going to give you an example. Haven't you had a day that seemed like it lasted a year? And as a child, your days seemed to last forever. Maybe you're having fun. You're outside playing with your friends. So I want you to understand psychological time. And I want you to learn that I'm going to be seeding this as well in tonight's experience, in that you can have a second seem like a million years. And you can have a million years seem like a second. Think about this, just as an example. Human beings have been on Earth, from what we've been able to see, for about 4 million years. And that means the human body actually has 4 million years of genetics, of learnings that are in all the way to the quantum molecular level. That's just an example. Did you want to tap into that? Well, you could. Let's say, for example, you want to astral travel for gathering in healing energies. Remember, your intention, you can define it. I want to remind you as we go back a little bit to that, is I'm not going to encourage you to use this for harm. As a healer myself, a licensed psychotherapist, I took an oath, similar to a Hippocratic oath, that said, above all, do no harm. And I say that to you. When you do this, please only use it for white energies, white magic as they call it, okay? If you choose to use it for any other means, there will be a boomerang effect that comes back on you, and that's well established. What you put out, you get back threefold. And if you put out dark energy, you're going to get that back threefold. Put out light energy, and you will get that back threefold or more. All right? And letters D, if you see this, I'm doing a pretty good job for someone who's visually impaired. I have this pretty well memorized, okay? D is put on a shield. I'm going to place that around you. Sometimes I use a platinum pyramid because of its geometric shape. It's balanced, and if you think about the pyramids, the Giza pyramid, for example, it was a perfect energy system. Just as an aside, the energy system of Giza was actually what they call an implosive energy system. It was operating through the dolomite at the center, and it was operating because it was covered in limestone on the exterior, which made it a great conductor of electricity. Okay? I went off on a little tangent, but put on your shield, and I will help you with that. You need to be protected. It's no different than wearing possible radioactive protection. There's going to be a point where the music is playing along and you're going to hear static, and it's going to remind you, almost like you're traveling through space and there's radioactive stuff going on. You're going to be protected. That's important. Okay? The final, one of the last ones is bring your bucket or your memory card or your USB. I want you to bring something that you can bring back the learnings with you. A bucket, it's old-fashioned. A memory card, load it in. A USB, it's there. So when you finish this journey, I want you to have a way to access the learning, because if you're doing 1 second equals a million years, there's going to be a lot going on that you're going to process later, and that's okay. If you're processing it at the time, you're really not accessing that time distortion element, okay? In fact, let me give you an example. When I do astral projection, at times I may feel my eyes flickering like almost really fast. Technically, that's rapid eye movement. Technically, that means you've moved into a brainwave state that's very advanced. It's lucid dreaming, okay? So if you start feeling the flickering, enjoy it. Let it happen, all right? And finally, perfect segue. Just let it happen. As long as we have all these safeties in place, letting it happen is natural. Just go on the journey. See what happens. Don't try to consciously provoke this stuff, because that's not astral projection or astral travel. It's a very spontaneous process. This part is not. We have to put these things in place for safety. We have to put these things in place to then allow your spiritual mind the freedom and the ability it has at birth to be in more than one place at one time, This is actual quantum molecular theory that says that a proton of an atom can actually occupy the two of them can actually occupy the same exact space in time. There are things in quantum physics that are beginning to explore this process, from the Native American, the Aborigines that have done astral travel, and you're about to. Okay, I want you to get comfortable. Find a comfortable position. I'm going to sit back in this chair and get comfortable. We're going to have some peaceful music going on, and I'm going to walk you through it. I'm your astral guide, well trained, and I've probably helped about 4,000 or more. I haven't kept track, but thousands to go on this particular journey. Okay? I want to congratulate you in advance for what you're about to learn and master. Thank you. Welcome. This is your astral travel journey. You are prepared. You've come with an open mind. You've come with a willing spirit. You've come with a curiosity. As you hear that music in the background, as you hear these words, I am speaking directly to your spiritual mind. And yes, you're in charge. You'll only experience what you're ready and well prepared to experience. I'm just an astral tour guide, highly trained with his own astral experiences. It's important that you know that, so that you know that I'm not just winging it, that I've helped thousands and I follow a safe format. Let's go over the basic rules of astral travel, as you may be finding yourself getting more comfortable with each word you hear me say, with each passing moment, with each inhaling breath. Feeling yourself settling into whatever's supporting the body. Feel yourself slowly and subtly letting go. You know, the first rule of astral travel is only good, positive energies. That you're doing this and you're experiencing this experience to better yourself, to better others, to better the planet, to better the universe. And in so doing, there is a sense that you are surrounded in white light, surrounded in a bright white light pyramid. Feel the point of that pyramid at the top of your head now. And the base of that pyramid, it's an equilateral triangle pyramid, perfectly designed by the Egyptians if you choose to allow that kind of technology to come to you now. That there is a sense that across the airwaves, aside from that slight static that you hear now, it could be a vibration that pyramid is surrounding you, being brought to you by the ancients, being brought to you by what they call the ancient astronauts, perhaps. But you're in charge of how you wish to experience that pyramid. It is there to protect you. It will protect you in cosmological travel. It will protect you when you go and visit somebody. It will tell you whether it's safe or not, meaning they've given you unconscious spiritual permission to come. to visit, to have a loving exchange. That's the goal and the role of this pyramid that surrounds you now. You know why you came to this experience today. You know what you came to learn. And sometimes you may find that what you came to learn and you thought you came to learn turns out to be something else. That the universe had a different agenda to help you in your wisdom, to help you in soul school. They call it soul school, you know. You're here to a spirit having a human experience, all right? What I want you to do now is at your belly button. I want you to see that it's almost like we pierced it energetically. If you're open to it, we have. We've pierced that area and we placed a golden loop. That's right, they call it the golden thread. And inside that golden loop is a thread that's hooked permanently. And it's hooked to it and it has an infinite tether. You're capable of going as far as 14 billion light years away, or as close as just to the next room, if that's what you want to learn about how to astral project to rooms within your house, to hover up above, to look down below. And remember this. This is an out-of-body experience, and you do not have to experience the near-death experience that many do. You just need to relax your mind. You just need to move your conscious mind a little to the left, or a little to the right, or a little down, or a little up, or behind, you know, just moving it gently aside. Your conscious mind can keep an eye on the situation, but it is not the crucial part of this journey. The crucial part of this journey as I speak to you is to speak to the deepest part of the wisest part of the deepest part of you. That is your spirit. That's right. You now have safety all around you. You now know the reason that you have come to this journey. You have your shield in the shape of that perfect pyramid. You have that tether. And now, let's slowly and comfortably, by the time I count down from 10 to 1, I want you to go ahead and lift off. However you understand these words is perfect. What I'm suggesting to you is that you simply start to float outside the body, because you know you're safe. Because you know anytime, if you're uncomfortable, you can yank on that golden tether and come back immediately into the body, and the session will come to a close. And people have told me, as you're relaxing more and more with each passing note, with each passing breath, they've told me that knowing that they have the tether and they can come back anytime they want, it helped them to journey deeper. It helped them to journey further, with greater and greater awareness is coming to them. And so again, let's remind ourselves of the intention of today. Why are you going on an astral journey? What is the goal? What do you wish to gain from this outside the brain experience? From this spiritual experience? And remind yourself of that now. It could be something simple like, I'm curious, I want to know what it's like. Or I really want to get better at empathic communication with people I love who are so far away, and I want to be able to go and visit them, and they'll know that I'm there and they can visit likewise, because as you become better at astral journeying, you also become better at astral reception. That's what I call it, astral reception. You're transmitting and you're receiving. That's right. Let's begin that gentle countdown, almost like a rocket ship's about to blast off. 10. Just feeling the body in its way of being very, at times, heavy. Some parts of the body could be floaty, or some combination thereof. Each person experiences this relaxation in their own unique, relaxing, peaceful way. 9. Remember, this is about the powers of your spiritual mind. 8. Just feeling the weight of the body. So you can now take note of what it feels like to be in the body, so that you now know what it's like to be out of the body. 7. It's almost like you're floating towards heaven. I don't know. You just go in a way that makes most sense for you. 6. Astral journeying. It's been done since the beginnings of humankind. And it was done without someone training. It was just part of the lexicon of the mind. The spiritual mind, of course. 5. More and more calm. 4. Beginning to feel the separation. There's a pyramid protects both the physical body and the ethereal body. And the ethereal body is the one that's beginning to separate from the physical body right now. 3. It's a kind of freedom. Some people, they love the astral state. But remember, it's not meant for you to get addicted to it per se. It's meant for you to go to soul school. To go to soul school. Okay? There is a seriousness about this, but there's also a lightheartedness. 2, separating now, lifting off, 1. You and the astral powers, the astral energies, more powerful than 1,000 suns. Just take that journey now. Begin that floating, that traveling. And remember, in this time frame, the minute you move into the astral projection time frame, a second feels like a million years. And you can do a million years of thinking, a million years of learning, a million years of understanding, shifting energies to a higher level of vibration in your consciousness in one single second. In this time free of words, just follow. Remember what I said, that this is a spontaneous journey. You defined your intention, great, but there's an element that the universe wants to teach you something. It wants to show you something. And sometimes it shows you things in kind of metaphor. It shows you an apple when it wants to teach you to eat better. For example, I'm not saying that's true for you, but after a while you begin to break down the lexicon of what the universe is telling you, how it's guiding you, what it's trying to warn you about. Remember, in the astral state, past is present, is future. It's called the space-time continuum. Space and time have the power to move matter, and space and time are warped by matter. Albert Einstein said this. So as you travel, remember, there are universal laws guiding what you're learning. Go ahead, keep traveling, keep learning. Soak in the knowledge like soaking in starlight. There's 100 billion stars in this galaxy alone. Go ahead, in this time free of words, gather your learnings. For the learnings are gathering you. And if you've decided that you want to go visit people that you love, there you are, hovering above the room they're in. There you are, sending sparks of love down to them. They may or may not know that it's you, but they will feel your presence. They will feel that love. And they may have a random thought, and all of a sudden they're thinking about you. But you see, you stimulated that light, love feeling. That's right. They may say, were you doing that astral projection? I swear you were in my living room. And you can just smile and tell them, yeah, I told you I was working on this. I told you I'd be getting better at it. And then you say, why don't you decide to learn how to do it as well, so we could save having to use our cell phones? You know what I mean? Okay. So now you understand the astral journeying part of visiting people you love. They call it remote viewing. But remember, the same technology, as you're relaxing more and more, and you can continue to journey as I'm talking. I'm just kind of a voice on the radio. They were using remote viewing, the CIA and the KGB. So this can be used to harm. It can be used surreptitiously. As long as you understand the KGB, and I think they're called the FSS now, and the CIA, they hired people to teach them how to do this. I'd let you know, really, honestly, I would never do that. I'm not for hire for black magic. This is purely white magic. Okay? Go ahead. Continue your journey. I'm going to be quiet for a while because I'm just here to now and then give you an editorial comment. Because now that you're learning and you know how, and you've got all the safety around you, keep learning. Keep learning. This is soul school. Keep learning. A second seems like a million years. And as you continue in this journey, I'm just sort of here to stimulate some different thoughts and expand your knowledge. There was a time, I think it was 1546 to 1548, where they lost track of Leonardo da Vinci. Where was he? Historically, there's no record of him during those 2 years. Some suggest that he actually went into caves outside of Florence. And they said he actually contacted aliens, who contacted extraterrestrial beings, who then took him on a journey out into the future, who then showed him things that to this very day blow away the technological advances of that day. That was 500 years ago. Now, what I think could have happened is, remember this, he may not have had to actually make contact directly with extraterrestrials. He may have learned to astral project. And in so doing, was able to transcend the limits of time and space. He's responsible right now for the invention of the submarine, airplanes, helicopter. He created a robot that looked like a lion back in the 16th century, before we even had the technology for robots. The Astrobot 2 that's in our space station right now is directly linked to Leonardo da Vinci. Okay? So I suggest that the possibility was that Leonardo, as open-minded as he was able to astral project and bring back something from the future that we're just now realizing. The Apache helicopter is directly linked to Leonardo da Vinci's helicopter design. So I give you that is possible proof. Perhaps the ancient Egyptians were not visited, but visited. Just a thought. Perhaps they were able to go into astral projection states. There's a reason for the pyramids and what I called before the implosive power of a pyramid, that it actually would light up at nighttime. And they said to give people hope, to think about going down the light side of the equation. That's a good thought, but I think on some other level, it was linked to tapping very advanced technologies. The pyramids were designed with such precision that there had to be instruments that we have no evidence of. Some people say some of the rounded off elements of, I forget what the piece of equipment is, but they believe it was created through lasers. Just a thought, okay? Let's continue that journey. Perhaps there are things you want to put in your bucket. Remember I talked to you about that bucket. Or you want to put it on a USB drive. You want to put it in some memory file, so that when you come back, some of the things that you weren't able to consciously remember will come back to you in the next couple days, okay? And you'll write them down. And they're going to be insights. They're called aha, okay? Serendipities. Just a moment that, wow, something opened up for you. And that's what I hope for you, is that through your astral projection journey, as you're just about coming to the close of that now, that you're bringing back in this bucket or USB drive or memory card, you're bringing back the learnings that your conscious mind needs to process. Your spiritual mind has already processed it, because your spiritual mind operates at 186,000 miles per second, that being the speed of light. Your conscious mind is a little slower, but quite faster than the speed of sound, which is 750 miles an hour. Speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. Okay? That your conscious mind will have to catch up to what your spiritual mind knows. Okay? I'm going to be quiet now, and I want to have you use this time to crystallize what this experience has been like for you. I know I yacked a bit here and there, but that was just to deepen the possibilities for you. Go ahead, in this time free of words, connect to the connections of your astral projections now and well into the future. Go ahead, make those connections. Each time that you go on this journey, each journey is a journey in and of itself. It's unique. It can build upon, or it can transcend, or it can be completely different from the last or the next time. Be open to each and every astral journey. It's unique unto itself. But each one is an unfolding. Each one is a peeling away of the layers of the onion. Some say that is what consciousness and higher elevation of the consciousness is all about. Getting to the core layer. You see, when you go on astral journeys, you're already at the core. Your spiritual mind aligned with the universal mind. Wow, that's aligned. That's in alignment. Congratulations. If you're listening to this experience at bedtime, and you can simply ignore any suggestions to awaken, and you of course will land gently inside the body, and you will feel sleep overtake you naturally, slumbering peacefully, and you can have dreams that support what happened during the astral time. Dreams you can remember to forget or forget to remember, or if you choose to remember them, that's okay. But remember, this is a journey in soul school. Congratulations, you're getting your PhD in spirituality, spiritual mindedness. You know, if you're listening at bedtime, ignore any suggestions, but simply follow the instructions to land gently inside your body. Okay? Ignoring suggestions to awaken. Okay? To awaken. Let's begin the gentle count up from 1 to 10. When I reach 10, you will be fully back into your body, safe, a new body of knowledge. Safe, a new body of knowledge. Safe, and feeling great. Feeling so recharged and refreshed as though you were on a week-long vacation in your most amazing vacation spot. Anywhere in the universe. You can get there without a plane. You can get there without a space shuttle. No need for the Saturn V rocket. You can travel at the speed of light, where a second seems like a million years. Because it is. It is. Just ask Albert Einstein. He's out there flying on a beam of light. Let's begin that gentle journey back. 1. Feeling the power of the sun at the depth of your heart and your solar plexus. 2. Just remembering that you are in soul school and you're getting your PhD in spirituality. 3. Free of the encumbrances that used to hold you back. 4. Just remember the power and the rules of astral travel. 5. Feeling more alive with each and every day. 6. Remember the power of Da Vinci, the power of the Egyptians, the power of the wise ones. They can bring things to you that can benefit humankind. 7. Feeling the powers of heaven at your fingertips, at your toes, starting to feel a tingling, a gentle return to the body now. Yes, it feels so light, doesn't it? 8. Feels like you've let go of a lot of weight, of things that blocked you, that got in your way. 9. Each time that you astral travel, you learn more in less and less time. And 10. Open your eyes if you're listening at bedtime. Sleep well. Good night. And for those of you who have listened to it at the time when you wish to be wide awake now, you can feel an energy stirring all around you. And you're making those connections, and you're allowing that which was stored in the memory card, stored in the USB, or even in the bucket. And it is making you wiser. It is making you get better and better at astral travel. Congratulations. You are a true cosmological journeyer. Just keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Thank you very much. I'll see you on your next journey. I'll see you on your next astral cosmological trip. Thanks a lot. Take care.